Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Canal Algérie Midnight News, and these are our top stories. This edition highlights key initiatives such as the Tindouf-Zouirat Road Corridor, which will strengthen the country's development momentum, particularly in the southern regions, which serves as a gateway to the African countries. Algerian armed forces achieved major gain in anti-terrorism, anti-crime and border security operations. Morocco faces widespread strikes and public outcry amid growing social tensions. Welcome back. Strategic projects are boosting national development, especially in the southern regions, which serves as a key gateway to the African countries. One example is that of the Tindouf-Zouirat Road linking Algeria to Mauritania. Algiers is also strengthening ties with Nouakchott through transitional highway designed to improve mobility and trade between the two countries. Rania Al-Bahri.
Mustafa Ben Boulaid border crossing, a strategic infrastructure and gateway for Algerian trade with Mauritania and West African countries. This infrastructure is reinforced by Tindouf-Zouirat Road in Mauritania. Tindouf-Zouirat Road is strategic. It facilitates travel and shortens distances. Instead of spending 6 days or a week on the road, you can leave Tindouf in the morning and arrive in the afternoon. As young university graduates, the road between Tindouf and Zouirat encourages us to create export businesses to reach African markets. This road will reduce transportation costs and increase the volume of trade between Algeria and African countries. We thank the state for the facilitations granted for exports. This road is a real asset for Algeria. It encourages exporters to go to Africa. The road from Tindouf to Zouirat is long. This new road infrastructure will reduce distance. This road is beneficial for us and for the national economy. The Tindouf-Zouirat Road will strengthen Algeria's foreign trade and create economic and commercial momentum between Algeria and Mauritania, as well as with other African countries.
A press release issued this Monday by the Bank of Algeria announces a new directive authorizing banks to fund business accounts through electronic payment methods or cash deposit within the limits of the daily and weekly turnover. The directive stresses that all customer due diligence measures must continue to be strictly applied in line with existing legislative and regulatory requirements. It also specifies that customer transaction must remain constant with the client's profile and with the information held by the bank. The first edition of the National Trade Fair for Algerian Services or for Export opened this Monday in the province of Constantine, bringing together 77 economic operators and companies from across the country. Organised by the Ministry of Foreign Trade and Export Promotion under the banner Algeria Export Fair, the event is being held at the Ahmed Bey Cultural Complex and will run until next Thursday. The fair aims to support national economic operators and promote their access to international markets. The Minister of National Education, Mohamed Sghir Saadawi, said this Monday that the educational sector is pursuing a new strategy centred on modernisation with focus on revising school programme. Speaking on the Algerian Radio 1 forum, the Minister explained that the reforms aim to ease the workload on both students and teachers while improving the overall quality of learning. And as part of the efforts deployed by the units and detachment of the People's National Army with a view to preserving the security, unity and stability of the country, the year 2025 was marked by the achievement of qualitative operational results in the field of the fight against terrorism and multiple forms of organised crime. Rania Al-Bahri.
These results confirm the effectiveness of the approach adopted by the High Command of the People's National Army and reflect the high level of readiness and professionalism of the Algerian armed forces. In the context of the fight against terrorism, 67 terrorists were neutralized, 369 support elements arrested, 12 hideouts and shelters of terrorist groups were discovered and destroyed, with the recovery of 104 firearms, 13 improvised mines, and quantities of ammunition of various types. The various units of the AMP intensify their efforts to combat the scourge of drug trafficking, leading to the arrest of 2,354 drug traffickers and the thwarting of the smuggling of 35 tons of processed cannabis from the borders with Morocco, while 935 kilograms of cocaine and 40 million psychotropic pills were seized. These high-quality operations resulted in the arrest of 18,744 individuals and the seizure of 498 firearms and 1,747 vehicles, as well as 7,633 jackhammers, 12,574 generators, 280 metal detectors, more than 2,600,000 liters of fuel, 1,850 quintals of tobacco, and 1,298 tons of foodstuffs intended for smuggling and speculation during separate operations across the country. Furthermore, combined detachments of the People's National Army apprehended 24,071 illegal immigrants of various nationalities throughout the country, according to a statement from the Ministry of National Defense.
And in Morocco, demonstrations are about to resume in an increasingly tense social crime. Lawyers are announcing a national strike, opening a new front of protest, while the Mersin regime remains unable to honour its promises, leaving populations in grey zones deprived of most basic rights and services. Manal Al-Bahri, Aranya Bahri.
In the context of a growing crisis, the Moroccan Bar Association has opened a new front of protest with the announcement of a national strike this Tuesday against the draft law regulating their profession. They believe the text undermines the legal profession and the independence of the judiciary. This announcement marks a step in the escalation of protest movements in a country where laws and customs seem to have lost their meaning, a bitter reality far removed from the carefully staged image of the Marsan. The authorities are forcing us to leave our homes with illegal violence. How long will this situation last? We are truly refugees in our own land. In this tense climate, social anger is growing after the lawyers, health sector unions have called on a national strike on January 29th to protest against government inaction and the decline of public services. We have no access to health care. There are no hospitals, no doctors. We are left to fend for ourselves. We no longer even have access to gas. I can't afford to buy a gas cylinder to keep my children warm. Meanwhile, protests are spreading across several Moroccan cities, reflecting widespread frustration and the growing discontent.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching us. Stay tuned on Canal Algérie. Bye for now.